I might have to take off my jacket at some point. It's getting hot in here.
That sounds hot. Let's do it.
Oh, no, me jacket. You leave that thing on.
Ladies and gentlemen, flying into the garage tonight. They've toured for 25 years, remixing massive pop acts from Jamiroquai to Craig David, winning DJ Mag's House Record of the Year and Best Remixer at the DJ Mag Awards. You'd know them from their Melbourne anthem, In the Shadows, the most iconic club tune in our town's illustrious history. No, they are not Lovebirds. They are Lovebirds.
Doof, doof, doof in the air tonight. House music from home never felt so right. Now your neighbors awake in the 3058. It's Coburg up late.
I can't believe we got actual birds then. That was fantastic. Welcome, Basti. Welcome, Daniel. How does it feel to be here in Melbourne?
Yeah, pretty crazy. Like, I mean, just like the weird conversations we had before was like totally worth it.
Now, speaking of weird conversations, I'm sorry to throw you under the bus whilst we're in front of all of your adoring fans. But we were actually going to do this 2 weeks ago, as you know, but I did actually receive an email from Basti, Mr. Lovebirds himself, coming in, I think about 2 hours before we were about to shoot, saying, and I quote, so sorry, man, can't come in. Last night got a little out of hand and we are fucked. What happened?
Well, first, you know, I'm German, so like I always speak my mind, so we don't mince words, so, you know.
So fucked is exactly what you were.
Yeah. You know, you can tell like by the closeness, like, you know, there was still some belief at some point, but, you know, we could make it, but then, you know, it turned out like there was no way. And also, had we known that, you know, what we know now.
Yes.
But yeah, maybe. But like, I think we're in pretty good shape today, and that might be beneficial for the whole thing.
You are in good shape. Look, I had it on good authority that, because I went for a run with Mike Toner shortly afterwards, and he did say that at about 3 a.m. you ordered another bottle of champagne at Revolver. Is that correct?
Yeah. We ordered various bottles actually, but they were running out of them, and then so they came up with beer in between, and I think some sparkling wine.
Oh, lovely.
As well.
Now, obviously, speaking to us right now is Mr. Daniel. Now, for those of us that are not aware, Lovebirds was not always two people. It was originally Basti's project. However, enter Daniel more recently. You guys have actually worked together since like the late 90s on various projects back in Hamburg.
Early 90s, actually.
Early 90s, wow.
Mid-90s.
Mid-90s.
Okay, neither late nor mid.
Mid-late 90s. Mid-late 90s.
I mean, we know each other since 91, 92.
These two have been bickering like brothers since they walked in. It's fantastic.
We know each other since 91, 92, I think, when we crossed first time kindergarten,
Okay,
roughly.
nice.
Fuck, if they could calculate now, so we are not that old.
I'm trying to spin the story right now.
Anyhow.
I'll be subtitling that later.
And we had some projects going on in the middle of the 90s, 96, cool. 97.
Cool.
That was preschool then.
Yes.
One of those projects was named after a club in Hamburg. Is that right?
Is it? Which one are you referring to?
What was the name? It's a name that I can't pronounce, but there's a name. The first...
project.
Yeah, project.
Kids.
Kids.
Yeah, Kids is like a term more like for the red light district.
Oh, whole area. Cool.
In Hamburg.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh no, like it's a general term. Like Kiez is like a dodgy or like a red light district.
Yeah.
You guys should continue arguing. This makes really great content. Who's kicking off first? And actually, so do you always play the first track?
No, not at all.
Okay, why today?
Because 1, 2, 3.
Very, very German and efficient. I love that. We have the Lovebirds kicking us off. Give it to us, Daniel. Starting at a decidedly low BPM as well. I have noticed you've been focusing a lot on disco lately as well, on these kind of slower tempos. You've got a new track on Glitterbox, also of that kind of disco groovy flavour.
Yeah, it was just released 26th of January. And there will be a few more coming on Glitterbox. We kind of have like a good connection now. And it's a great platform for this kind of music and has like a big reach. And
I think a lot of people would look at Lovebirds, at least in Melbourne, people look at Lovebirds for that kind of classy, melancholic, kind of mid-tempo house music. But it sounds like, you guys are working, in all kinds of subgenres as well. You're doing disco as well. What does the future genre-wise for Lovebirds look like?
yeah, I mean, when I kind of, I started, the first Lovebirds record, I think, is from 1999. That was a side project from the project I did back then. But then I kind of started it in 2007 or something. And so that was like a pretty different time. Like, the whole would come from like minimal house and new rave, which I couldn't connect to at all. And then somehow deep house became popular, and then disco added. And so for me, that was like the light at the end of the tunnel, and I was like super inspired by that. But that's already 15 years ago. So after a while, because you need excitement and enthusiasm to do something. And yeah, I kind of landed on like going back to my roots, like funk, soul, disco, black music has always been the base. And now that I'm in Berlin, I also know quite a few great musicians and have the facility where I can record. So like it's going to be a lot of live drums. I really like the whole live and retro aspect of it. I just don't feel that am the one who should produce more house music. Like
Sure.
I did that my whole life, and like it doesn't mean like I won't maybe here and there, but like my passion is somewhere else.
You're playing? Yeah, but you're still playing house music, right?
Yeah, of course.
Speaking of playing, by the way, you got 2 minutes to mix that track. We got the Lovebirds on Coburg up late. Hey, Daniel, you want to dance with me?
Well, I'm a bad dancer actually, so. But I'm moving a little bit.
That makes two of us, brother. So we'll chat on the microphone. No, this is good. Jump on the mic. Daniel's just popped over and he said...
You know what you're going to play already?
Well, almost. So I prepared 4, as I mentioned, sexy mid-tempo house tracks.
But you're not listening to the music.
Exactly.
How you can decide at the end of one track missing, actually?
Well, that's correct. However, I am noticing that we're currently at 105 beats per minute. The stuff that I prepared was at about 125. So what we're doing right now is called a pivot. People, we're pivoting.
Okay.
Nice one, Basti. What are we listening to?
What are we listening to? Maze and Frankie Beverly. Before I Let Go, it's an edit that Krewcial made. He made some great edits. I love that track.
What's the likelihood of people going to a Lovebirds set and hearing music like this? Are you guys starting disco, moving into house?
I mean, if we have the time, and I mean, obviously, you wouldn't play this in the middle of a house set. But we love playing like a long, even starting the night, because then you can play this stuff and you can really direct people in a natural way.
Love that. Basti, you've said actually previously that you don't, I'm not sure if this is still true, that you don't really like playing your own productions out.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't, yeah.
Why?
Why? Because usually I went through a very painful process of finishing them, and I've been listening to them, sometimes for really unhealthy amounts of time. And so, I mean, imagine if I locked you in here and I play one song to you like for 6 weeks, your favorite song, you would hate it. Yeah.
It's like being forced to eat your favorite food for every single meal for the rest of your life.
It's probably worse than that, but like it's another direction.
Do you get fatigue from playing In the Shadows?
Not really, actually. Because that feeling, is only temporary. Like, I mean, usually like half a year or like a year, and then that's kind of neutralized and back. And I like In the Shadows. I also like Want You in My Soul, and so and seeing people go crazy to these songs, that's great, and I don't mind that at all.
Isn't it so cool how Melbourne reacts to In the Shadows?
It is, yeah. I mean, I've seen some scenes, where I felt like, this must be like what AC/DC feel like, it's like fucking 15,000 people in front of me, I pull down the fader, and they just sing along with the lyrics, and it's like, pretty incredible.
Well, it's amazing. I mean, for example, you played at Reminisce a couple of weeks ago. Do you guys know much about what Reminisce is and what it represents?
I do, because my agent, James, my agent, has been telling me this for years, and it's kind of like best dance records of the past of the decade.
Yeah, as voted by the people there. It's voted by the public.
Yeah, and so he kind of always sprinkled that information and said like, In the Shadows was like, I think it was always kind of in the top 10, maybe top 5. I don't know if it was ever number 1.
It's always in the top 5, without a doubt. This is a punter-voted system. I've got a loop happening. That pretty much every year for the last 10 years, Basti's fantastic song In the Shadows, which I'm sure you have heard, comes up in the top 3 without fail every time. It's absolutely massive.
Can we play it?
I would love to hear In the Shadows. I wasn't going to ask you to do it. Obviously, that would be like...
let's play it on 105 BPM.
Yeah, so we're going to try In the Shadows at 105 BPM. I have a tune and I've got 30 seconds to mix it.
You better hurry up, man.
I put a loop in there for you, baby.
Thank you so much for the generous loop. What's that, mate?
I just have to feel the track to think what I'm gonna play next, man.
I like that. Hence the accusation earlier that I wasn't listening. That is correct.
Will you listen to the dude's story?
We got the Lovebirds bickering like brothers on Coburg up late. Also, I'm gonna be a little bit cheeky because this is fucking slow. Just gonna.
No, that's too fast now.
That's too fast?
Yeah.
All right, what do you want?
The vibe.
You do it.
You can feel it already. Yeah, but the track doesn't sound right when you do it too fast.
You're right. Okay. I was being selfish, trying to speed it up so we could get to house music eventually. Daniel, the arbiter of taste. Admittedly, I will allow it.
That is an understatement.
An understatement. I like that.
I always feel intimidated by his, because he's a proper record digger, and I know, like, yeah, he knows so much music, yeah.
He DJs as Sirs.
Yeah, also. When he DJs by himself.
So Daniel, Sirs is your side project or main project when you're DJing by yourself. You also have your own label, Sirs Sounds. Is this what you were referring to earlier?
Yeah, Sir Sounds is correct. What was the last thing? I couldn't hear
The other thing is that so you are Sirs in your other life. You're doing, is it Balearic to Italo disco? How would you describe Sirs?
Well, I mean, Sir Sounds actually for Sounds in Real Stereo.
Say that again.
Sounds in Real Stereo.
Oh, cool. So it's in English. Very nice of you to cater to people like me.
You thought it's in German or what? Yeah, that's like a... I mean, I love actually exploring like music on an international level, not only like house music. So I would say when I play at Sirs, I'm not playing house at all. And I like to sample, I like to, I don't know, sometimes I have like, how to say, like a strange taste, but everybody has his own taste, so and I'm always looking
I mean,
for...
Basti described you as the arbiter of taste. Oh, that was an understatement.
So I'm looking always kind for records which, you know, I've never heard before, and I don't know, so there's no guideline for me to whatever. So yeah, that's my little side project where I do optimal kind of sample tracks or also original production. As I said before, so the labels, the sounds, so I had Basti with, I think, 3 releases on the label already. And I also have my own stuff out. There's one now.
Are you guys producing together?
Actually, we did in the past on our project Kids Kids, and now it's just like an exchange of information and giving feedbacks, getting inputs. You know, we share a new studio spot together. We just moved in.
I saw you've just opened one up in Berlin.
Yeah, exactly. Like in September, we had the opportunity to take over an amazing space in Berlin, like a loft, and we realized our dream there. Like, so we have like a huge control room, which is mostly occupied by Basti. Then we have a huge area where the recording area is, where Uri and myself is the third guy. He's a... Yeah.
Say that
He's
again.
asking so long.
Should I play the record, because you guys seem to have like a nice conversation going?
Hold that thought. We're going to come back to the third party
Yeah, sure.
and the studio. Guys, I want to hear what you're talking about. It's more fun if we know what... Let us in. What are you guys talking about?
Well, it was in German. Are you interested in that?
Okay, we're going to translate. Pretend that English is your native tongue. What are we talking about?
No, he was like, you know, because we know this track and there's like, it's hard to mix out because it's very busy. And so what I do is sometimes I just pre-program loops, which are like, you know, the best part to mix out.
Gotcha.
And I just had a look at this and I think it should, you know, display the loop.
Oh, because you don't have it in
I
record.
mean,
You don't have the loop in record box.
Honestly, you know, he can go through something because like I kind of, if we play stuff, I usually have like pretty much sequence stuff. Like it's kind of straight. He always plays like original stuff, which is like totally all over the place.
Yeah.
So I always have.
I'm challenging him all the time because you know. Thank you for this. You know, it's not tight. You know.
When you say original, you mean unquantized, like live.
Yeah. So like that's as we know that is a bitch to mix.
Yes.
So like I'm always like giving him like a softball and he just always.
Motherfucker, Daniel, how dare you?
No.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Also, you've taken my go, but I'm just going to go after you anyway.
No,
You wanna go?
we just switched. He didn't play it right now because we were talking. I took over.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh,
Well, you know.
oh, that's good. Thank you.
Are you with us?
Yeah, we've got the arbiter of taste and the referee, the arbiter of rules here. And that, my friends, is an understatement.
Scheißegal.
I was about to be like, what are you saying?
Scheißegal.
What does that mean?
I don't give a fuck.
Daniel, I'm not choosing a song until I hear what you do.
That's the right attitude. And this is a little bit of respect.
This is how we do it. In the city of Berlin. I might have to take off my jacket at some point. It's getting hot in here.
That sounds hot. Let's do it.
No, me jacket. You leave that thing on.
But some Australian beer would be lovely. Some Australian beer.
I said, did you want Australian beer before we started? We're not allowed out now.
I didn't know that's so hot inside here that I have to
It's
drink all
hot,
the
baby.
time.
It's hot. These two are so disobedient. Oh, look at you. Wow. You actually look like a referee. You could be a tennis ref.
In black or what?
Yeah, a sexy German tennis ref.
That delay is on the record that you've chosen, my friend.
Ach ja?
This doesn't have anything to do with it. That's just like
I had this on. You don't know that I'm aware of anything?
I don't know this mixer, honestly.
If you don't have siblings, I imagine this is what it would be like.
Were you listening to the dude's story?
Oh, that's funky as fuck. We are grooving, baby.
Yes.
Yes.
Now I noticed that we've crawled up. I think we were at 104 to begin with. We're at 107.4. We're not going to get to house music in the
I
next.
can put this one a little bit faster.
Can you?
if Yeah, sure.
We'd love that.
This is how we do it. Okay, hold it.
110.
I was still in the negative, so, you know, we're still honoring the author.
Cosa vuoi che sia? Dipingo gli occhi di malinconia. Se tu vuoi, ma si bruciano le mie ali, ridando libertà a una bugia.
Dankeschön.
The worst thing, what he always does, is like he instead of using the fader, he turns down the gain. So I take over and I'm like, I don't hear anything because the fucking gain is on 0.
Well, and you know what you are doing always? I mean, first of all, this comes because I love to use a rotary mixer because I'm not used to faders. And you always let all the effects on, like the filter on top. You know, it's the same.
What?
You always let, for example, if you use the filter, then you keep the filter open. It's the same as the
You know what the
volume.
difference is? What I do, you can hear. When I put on, I don't hear anything.
I can hear it.
Do you not use effects? You don't use effects?
Yeah, sometimes, but not as much as Basti does.
Is that because you're more of the vinyl analog like not generation, but style or school, and you're more working in digital?
No, it's not about that. He has more skills than me, so that's why I'm not trying.
You know what's nice is they bicker, but they talk each other up. Is it love? We love each other, right, boys?
Hey, we're lovebirds.
We got the Lovebirds on Coburg up late. By the way, guys, it's a total honor. Thank you so much for this.
Thanks for having us. Like, it's so much fun.
What did you say? Talk to me in here.
I just said I can set you a loop as well.
Well, that's very generous. Once again, the Lovebirds offering a set loop for me.
No, let's pretend it's a vinyl, so you mix into the vinyl now.
I'm not going to pretend it's a vinyl.
You missed the point to mix, actually, it's that part.
Oh, did I? Thank you for distracting me intentionally. This is called sabotage.
Skills.
That's how we do that.
That is how we do it.
Yes.
Now, considering we've swapped, I feel like this is you now. We've bumped up to 112 beats per minute, which I think, tell me if I'm wrong, aperture of taste, you can start mixing house music at 112 beats per minute. Correct or incorrect?
To be honest, I never paid attention to that, but yes, I believe so.
Nice, nice, nice. This is what I'm gearing towards when I invited the Lovebirds to my house that would be playing house music, not Balearic and or disco. This is fun. And Daniel, thanks for finishing that mix for me, man.
Well, I mean, sometimes 4 hands are better than 2 only, you know? So.
That's right. Sounds like my ex-wife. So I literally don't know what that means. Oh, yes. Daniel, new studio space.
Yes.
In Berlin. I saw some photographs. You've actually got a lot of practical instruments in there. You know, it seems as though Lovebirds and Sirs and just you guys as individuals and artists are moving further and further from strictly electronic and into like full band arrangements now. Is that right?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is sometimes progress, a progression, I would say, in terms from where we are coming from. Has maybe also sometimes to do with maybe a little bit with the age, because you're like not much more open for maybe a newer stuff or whatever.
What do you mean age? I mean, seriously.
And you know, and I mean, now I'm talking about Basti. I mean, if you have a certain experience and knowledge and also kind of I would say, great taste, then it's like a automatic process to end there where Lovebirds or he is staying at the moment. So
Totally. Totally. I actually saw that just on Monday here in Melbourne, you worked at Bakehouse Studios with a live band.
Yeah, I did this at the end of 2019. And that we kind of got together in the studio for a day and then wrote a song, like an instrumental, and which actually, you know, has just also been signed to Glitterbox, like with vocals.
Oh, the next one? What you just recorded?
No, the one I recorded.
Oh, hold up. Wait. You were saying?
Amazing.
irre.
What were you saying?
No, like, yeah, so I did this in 2019 with most of these guys, and yeah, it was kind of, I knew like I wanted to do it again because it's
Is this the same musicians that you saw on Monday?
like out of the 7 or out of the 6, 2 were different, but
Oh, cool.
the rest was the same. And yeah, it was super fun. And I mean, it's also cool to kind of go to the studio with some musicians and say like, hey, let's write a tune today. And
You had not written the tune that morning? You wrote that tune the same day?
yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, it's not that, you know, if you're with good people, then, you know, I mean, there's no vocals. It's just like an instrumental.
Sure,
but
sure.
Like, if you're with good people, you know, I think the 95% of the thing was done in 3 hours.
Oh my God.
And then we did some overdubs, and yeah, no, it's super fun.
And what's your role in a studio environment with a seven-piece band? What's your role? Are you, as a producer, overseeing, like in a more of like a Mark Ronson way, like telling people what to play and when, or are you more moderating what's working and what's not working? How does it work for you?
Yeah, I think, you know, I kind of look at what's being offered and, you know, and kind of detect if that's something I can see myself building something, like a whole song. Because I mean, like the producer sounds so, I don't know, diffuse or like nothing, but like I come to realize, you know, just knowing everything about the instrument you play and having a bunch of people who do the same thing doesn't mean like you can write a great song, because the producer, I think, the quality is to imagine like what this will be like as a whole. And so yeah, I'm like, you know, saying like, you know, that's great, but maybe use a different chord on the turnaround, and then, you know, let's do this, you know, 8 bars less, and then do this one longer, and then
Photo. No, do the photo. Excuse me. Photo.
I said I did one, the one shot. I'm the one shot guy.
That was it. You're a one-shot guy. We got the Lovebirds on Coburg up plate. I'm seeing the word Lovebirds on Basti's display here. I'm interested to see what's coming. Oh, you got to show the guys. Show Sam over here.
A broken chord.
Excuse me, boys. There's no discussion happening without a microphone.
Basti just mentioned, so it's a pity that we don't have more beer in here. So But yeah, where's the toilet, by the way?
Oh, if you just kind of relieve yourself beneath the desk, the cameras won't see you. Basti, what is this? Is this a Lovebirds tune?
Yeah, it's actually an old track, and I just found like an a cappella from Blaze, which kind of really, that's an old instrumental track I put out on One Road Records.
Cool.
There's a Blaze a cappella. I think sounds pretty cool on top of it.
Who's Blaze?
Blaze?
Yeah.
I pretend I didn't hear that question.
Okay, I actually didn't ask it, and as the editor of Coburg Played, I'll also be removing it. No, who is Blaze? Please tell me.
Blaze, like some of the most legendary New York, New Jersey soul
Wow.
house producers from like, early 90s on. Yeah, like they're like, the lesser known masters at work. They were on that. They're big.
And did you work directly with Blaze, or this is a sample?
No, it's just like, I just found this a cappella, or like, I don't know. And I realized that they harmonically fit together, and then I put it on top of it. And I just made it for playing out for myself.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I ever gave it to anybody.
Oh, cool. So this is an exclusive today.
Well, publicly, I played it in a club, but like, yeah. It is.
Yes. Yeah, I'll edit out the bit that says that you've played it publicly. It sounds great, man.
The whole song, like the verses, the first verse starts like here, as you can see it. The second verse is here, and then it drops again.
I love that. So basically what you're doing for the first 4 minutes is essentially building atmosphere.
This is the chorus, the full chorus. What felt right. Because my track breaks down here like quite a bit, and then felt the right place to have like a verse going.
Well, there's something really special about In the Shadows is it doesn't really fucking go bang until about seven minutes in.
No, I disagree.
You disagree?
It goes bang after the first drop, man.
Well, yeah,
What
of
are
course.
you talking about?
There's the first drop without Holly's big wherever you go. I think it's just going in the shadows.
Yeah.
You've intentionally made it. It's a false start though, because the real drop.
Yeah, but the first drop is actually when the bass gets in, the bass
Yeah,
line.
it's not basically like a 4/4. Like usually like music in how like most of the music is like everything is a 4, 8, 16.
Yeah.
So and the bass line I think is 6 counts.
Totally. So it keeps
that's why
resetting.
That requires kind of moves in between, and probably is also a reason why has a bit more like it's kind of interesting. It's subtle. You don't really realize it, but like it's and I didn't do it intentionally, but like I just did what felt right, and that felt
That's
right.
great. Yeah. I actually never really noticed that, but I did notice that it has that kind of feeling that the progression is changing.
Yeah, and so like the kind of pad is not on that six bar pattern, and so that's if I'm not mistaken, it's called polyrhythm, but like on a very beginner level.
I love that. Is there the potential that you made it by accident because you were on Valium?
Yeah, that's how it happened. Like, I was sometimes a hangover vibe, if it's not like too devastating, could put you or me in a nice state, like where I'm like kind of sensitive.
Yeah.
And so the night before, I made the instrumental, which is called Valium, which is Valium with the 2 letters.
Oh, sweet.
I think I was at home. I mean, so long ago. It was like 2009 or something.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
2008. And I think I had quite a few red wines, and trying out some medicine. And the next day I went to the studio, and I was in that mood, and I made that. So,
Special. You literally captured lightning in a bottle.
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
You made In the Shadows, all right? It was really, really good.
Okay, I got that. now you are the recipient of his records. So enjoy.
So, Basti, can you reiterate why it's why I will enjoy being the recipient of Daniel's record?
Yeah, because he loves to play like original stuff, like like which was not necessarily.
I mean, this one is an edit, by the way.
Yeah, so you're lucky.
Oh, so this edit is quantized.
Yes. I thought I'm gonna make it easier for Basti, actually in front of the camera, with next to you.
Trying to disprove my point. That's that's a cheap move. Something that you guys can't see is 16 minutes till beer.
I have some non-alcoholic beer. Actually, I don't. That's finished as well, guys. It's pretty fucking dire in here. Do you think you could last 16 minutes?
What do you want me to say? Speed it up for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Speed it up for the Iron Man.
What did you call me?
The Iron Man. Didn't you call yourself that?
Oh, the Iron Man. Oh, yeah, I'll take that. You can call me the Iron Man. I haven't announced to my adoring fans that I'm doing an Iron Man yet, but we'll call it a soft launch. Oh, that's good. Okay. What's the etiquette with changing the BPM drastically in a breakdown where there's no beat?
Again?
What is the etiquette or the courtesy with changing the BPM a lot when there's no beat? Because I want to do that.
Are you asking for my opinion?
Is that okay?
Sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not.
Great. We're going to see if it works here on Coburg Upplate. When I try and gear us towards the last 3 or 4
But
tracks...
there's no breakdown.
But I have a breakdown.
Ah, okay.
So I'll mix in at 115, then there'll be a breakdown, and then I'm going to ramp it up to about 120.
Yeah.
And then you guys have 3 tracks of house music, which is what I'm trying to do.
You got skills, huh?
Oh,
I'm
thank you.
impressed.
Check this out.
You're the special someone who makes me wanna give in. You're the special someone
It's Basti's turn.
give in. You're the special someone who makes me.
We've jumped up to 120 beats per minute. This is one of the tracks I played earlier. I chose it. It's DUMONT the Giver because I feel like it captures a similar essence of that kind of sexy, laid-back vocal house music. And we'll see where we go from this. Lovebirds on Coburg Upplate. Let's go.
Well, yeah, Basti just said, so I think I'm gonna mix out straight away. That's exactly the type of music we don't feel at all, and where we both, I think, get kind of, I don't know, anxiety inside.
Let's not force it. What? Tell me, and I respect that and appreciate it.
It's the vocal, it's how it sounds. But yeah, that's why. Better. No. Alright, this guy has also some skills here.
I secretly, when we organised this weeks and weeks ago, I secretly hoped that this moment would happen. Here we go. It's Lovebirds in the Shadows, the most iconic club tune in Melbourne of, I believe, all time, being played in Melbourne by Lovebirds. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is a truly special honour. Means the world.
But I mixed out before the break, no?
Can I mix out of this tune? This one gives me anxiety, sorry.
I mean, I'm doing quite a lot of Lovebirds shows because you asked earlier actually, so how it come actually, so that's because I recently joined the project Lovebirds, so even if we don't know each other very, very long. And Basti at some point, because of ear problems, so
Ear problems.
was not able any longer to continue like kind of on continuously level doing Lovebirds shows.
Sure.
And since I had my long break and started 6-7 years ago again, and I'm still, you know, I have the experience like an old school guy, but I'm still enthusiastic,
Yes.
like a teenager.
We love that. I mean, we've got a bit of a teenage vibe going today.
So and that's it. That's why I
Or
said so,
infant
hey,
even.
oh, you're stupid. You know? Lovebirds is a brand. I mean, I contributed not much to stuff to Lovebirds, but he always was asking for my opinion. So that's why it actually came up, so that I took over most of the gigs. And what I wanted to say is, I still didn't figure out what to play after in the Shadows, because when I'm doing the Lovebirds gigs, I have to play. I know what I play after. I Want You in My Soul, but I haven't found the right track after this
Hey,
one.
just play Want You in My Soul after In the Shadows.
I never would do that.
I think I did this quite a few times.
Which means we are flying by the seat of our pants with the Lovebirds. What will Daniel play after In the Shadows? If it works, this could be the staple each time. Oh, and here's the first drop.
Usually I do I just love the flanger. I'm a very simple guy. And the funny thing is, Daniel actually made like a huge contribution to this track because he gave me like a drum sample collection that he was.
I thought you were about to say he gave me the Valium.
No, there was some guy in Singapore.
He gave me the drum sample.
Yeah, no, because he was, even though he kind of, went out of producing and DJing, he was still like collecting a lot of records, like old records, funk soul. And so he made like a, I don't know, not gigantic, it was probably like only 25 drum samples randomly. So, and all the drum sounds were from his band.
No way.
So like, the drums, I programmed them, but the sounds are from him.
I sampled all the drums, kicks, snares, highs.
Oh,
and
you
stuff.
played the drums.
No, he took
From records.
He ripped it from records.
Oh, no
Records,
shit.
yeah, that's how I use actually kind of when I produce or whatever. So, yeah.
Because the percussion on this track is so iconic.
Yeah, well, I mean that little so, and I loaded the drums he gave me into my MPC, which is like an iconic drum machine, a sampler, and yeah. I think this one, I don't even know if it was on that bank, but the kick and the snare, and the hi-hats, and the most of it.
That's a wood block, is it in there?
Wood block, yeah.
Bit of reverb.
But that's the kind of MPC swing, like it's.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever.
And these vocals by Australian Holly Backler, she was just improvising this, right?
Well, the intro is so the way it was I sent it to my friend John Buckby, who runs the label Winding Road in Nottingham. And at that time, Holly was in Nottingham.
I'm going to loop this so we can hear the story because I want it to drop together.
So Holly was living in Nottingham at that time. I think she was actually I shouldn't say that, but like she was.
Say it.
No. I'm not. So she was in Nottingham, and so I sent John the instrumental, and then he gave it to her. It was not the first thing that we did together, and so yeah, it's weird when you like do like an instrumental, and I kind of do the arrangement so it kind of makes sense as an instrumental, and then she wrote everything except for the intro, la-di-da, ad-lib stuff, everything like all the vocals she wrote, and I got it. He sent it back to me. I put it on top of the instrumental. I'm like, this is great. And shortly after, we had like a gig in Hamburg where I was living back then. John and Holly came over, and I was like, yeah, let's do like some stuff in the studio. And in Hamburg, I recorded the intro vocals.
Oh, cool.
And, because she's a trained opera singer.
Aha.
So, yeah, I think that's also, it's just like meant to be. Like, it's just a great fit.
What an honor to have Basti and Daniel here with us today. This is In the Shadows. Thank you so much.
Some flanging. I like the song, but that kind of enthusiasm I just can't. Maybe if I had a beer.
Do you know what I'm enthusiastic about? That hi-hat.
Yeah, the drums are actually quite subtle. Like, I mean, you considering. I'm quite happy with it.
As you should be, Basti. It's an absolute banger. Literally every single person in this city agrees. I remember I was in a kebab shop like 10 years ago, and it's the first time I heard it just came on at the kebab shop. And I was halfway through ordering a kebab with the person on the other side, and I'm like, excuse me, what's the name of this song? And the person's like, fuck, I don't know, this is a good track though, isn't it? Just stop the order halfway through, and there's a line accumulating behind me. I'm pretty sure the line was Happy to Wait, because they got to listen to this track.
And that obviously was before Shazam was a thing.
Exactly. You know, after that kebab, you could say that I was wrapped.
I fucked him.
I suspected that you may have. Was that before you arrived?
He was he was looking forward to the part where only the drums are coming, and I'm like, nah.
So you got 3.5 minutes to do another track.
I actually just paused the timer because it makes a noise when it ends. It goes, which is obviously really annoying. And just by coincidence, I happened to pause it. 333 boys. A very special day indeed. Now you've obviously got your newest single, fresh out on Glitterbox. You've just recorded in Melbourne. Before we go, is there anything else coming up? Anything else to plug?
Yeah, I mean, the single just got released 2 weeks ago, and the next one on Glitterbox I think will be in April,
cool.
Which is a bit more like a mid-tempo boogie track with a singer from London.
Nice.
Yeah, and also, I'm gonna be back in Berlin on the 1st of March. He will be like mid-end March.
Nice.
Mid-end March. And
please don't fact check this.
And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to, I love being here, and we had the best time. I want to live here. But like, I'm also looking forward to coming back to Berlin because we have this new studio space which we haven't barely started working in, and it's so amazing. Like looking forward to that too.
That's great. That's great. This isn't one of yours, is it?
No.
No. I was going to put those. How about those cymbals? I love the amalgamation of organic, practical instrumentation and electronic.
Who cares? Skills. I can see something coming on the screen. Let me do a loop. Oh no, he missed it!
Sometimes when you miss it though, and then you bring the bass in a beat later, it looks intentional.
Not in this case though.
For anyone that saw the doves on my shoulders earlier, I did find a little feather here. This is actually a gift for you. Yes, that's for you, Daniel. Thank you for flying in and making my day and bringing such an amazing performance for you both. Look, would it be too forward for me to ask for some kind of friendly hug? Thank you, boys. It's
Thank
the
you,
Lovebirds. Should we groove it out? Let it drop again. Do you want it to drop?
No,
All right.
I want a beer.
We're to get the guys a beer. You've been watching Coburg Up Late. It's great to have the guys back.
And
Remember, whatever you do, may you do it with passion. And may we all truly endeavour to be kind to each other, the world around us, and ourselves. I've been DJ Be Kind to Other People with Daniel and Basti from Lovebirds. Play nice.
play very nice.
Play very nice.
Yeah.
Well done, guys. Good on you.